Hello, everybody. Excited Utterance here. My name is Hella, and it's Hearsay for Days Day. And today is a Karen Reid 100% meltdown. Yes, like the snow on Fairview Road. Is that a bit insensitive? I hope not. Well, everyone's being a bit insensitive out there lately, I think, because there's a bunch of just malarkey, as Miss Coffindalfer likes to call it, malarkey getting around. And don't worry, we are covering Miss Coffindash today. And let's see who's here. Who's at the door? Hello, Ghostery. G'day, chat and EU. And John. Hello, John. How many days of hearsay do we have today? We have years. We have centuries of hearsay today. Centuries. Hello, half Irish. One of these days you're going to be full Irish. Hey. Dave, the Slug Master. Hello. How are you? Why don't you go and give me like one thumbs up on Facebook? Because, I don't really get many people watching on Facebook. But, it's a backup. What I figure is all these other places that I stream to, even though no one watches, I shouldn't say no one watches, a couple of loyal people watch on the different platforms. But it's a good backup because you just never know. You just never know when YouTube could be yeeted out underneath you. Just ask David. Although he's doing really well. He's doing really well with his new channel. I noticed he's over 1,000 subs already. And Mads is here. Hello, Mads. Good to see you. Good to see you. I have my mic up on something. It's not, I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's just like a thing. We'll see. We'll see. Dave. Oh, there he is. He's giving me a little Facebook like. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get into it, guys. Hang on. First, I have to welcome Dali.
Hey. How are you?
Good. It's very early here. It's still dark out.
Oh.
Still dark out. See how dark it is? So dark.
Very dark. All the dark.
So all the dark. All the dark. And Pilola's mum is here. Hey, happy Sunday, you all. You all. Did you say yeah all? You didn't even go yeah with a little apostrophe. That's not very American. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. See, I refuse to say y'all because then I really am being un-Australian. So I always write you all because then people can see that I'm not an American, right? Otherwise, people confuse me with an American. But I love the way you guys all say y'all. Like, that's really cute. And it's really nice to have you here, Pilola's mum. Really, really nice to have you here. You thought you don't have to welcome Dali. You can begrudgingly accept his presence. Well, I do behind the scenes. That's when, prior, I'm like, hey.
God damn it. Fine, let's do this.
He's here again.
We actually hate each other.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's just all performance.
Yeah, and then when we actually go live, then we're like,
hey, bestie, what's up?
And then afterwards we're like,
God damn, bye, bitch.
Yeah, bye. Just say funny. You people, you goddamn people, you people. Americans react so pleasantly to it. All right, let's get into this, guys. So much yes for this. Oh, did you see my song? Did you see my song? I'm very proud of my song. I might be super proud of my song. Hang on. Maybe before we start, I play the song. Actually, Dali, do you have the song?
I can get it.
Yeah, could you get the song? Because I've got the other thing loaded up. Maybe Dali can play the song. Did you see the song, guys? The song? Yeah, the song. So there might just be a song about today's stream. Yay. Here it is.
Oh. Wait, let me start it over.
Let's get the sound up. Let's go.
As a parent, did they hear her saying I hit him? I hit him. Was there a question mark? Where is Proctor? Has he disappeared? Why is Twitter and now down just like the snow on Fairview Road? Was it 34 or 33? No one wrote it down. One knows, is there reasonable doubt? All the hearsay, there's so much hearsay for days. Coming back first creeping. It's on hearsay for days. For be sleeping, there be breathing. It's all on hearsay for days.
Did you like?
Very good.
I may be a little bit obsessed with my new hard rock band. Yes, they're real. They're real. They're in the other room over there. Yeah. We were working really hard on it yesterday.
Totally.
Yeah. It was a creative expression together. I wrote the lyrics. They did the guitar riffs and stuff. The lead singer, he's a little cantankerous. Like he tried to get involved with the lyric writing, and I was just like, no, you haven't watched the trial. I need to do that myself. It's a hit, Toyotoys. I know. I can't get it out of my head. I'm a little bit annoyed that I have to put that one to bed now because the show is on now. Anyway, the compilation is legendary. I thank you very much, if I do say so myself. It's going to the top of the charts. Anyway, shout out to the band. Yes, shout out to the band. Good job, guys. Good job. Yeah, they're doing the whole like breaking the hotel room down over there. They could stop it. If you hear any like banging and stuff, that's them, wrecking the room. Okay. So I'll be very careful about your answer now to what. Welcome to, we have a new person. Hello, Amy Lee, brought here by P. Lola's mum. Awesome. Nice to have you here. Hey, are you usually from Brandy's chat? Amy Lee. I was chatting to Brandy earlier. She's so tired. She was actually invited here today, and she would have come along. The poor love. She's had the biggest week. She has had the biggest week. Oh, you are sweet. Yeah. I told her you could come back next week or even the week after. It's just been I think she called it a taxing week for her.
Just a little bit.
And that would be putting it mildly. Tell you what, I don't know if she's ever worked as hard as this last week or two. Yeah. She is so, so sweet. But she does feature heavily today, as do a few people like you, Phil. You feature heavily today too. Hey, Susan Stevenson, good to see you. You need it as a ringtone? I could probably help you with that. Okay, let's keep going. So Hearsay for Days, Sunday, 5th of May, 2024. It's a Karen Reid special. Oh, Phil, look at you. You're already up.
Breaking.
And you do like it when Dali does your voice. So let's go.
Breaking Adam Lully's opening statement compared to Borophyll as Karen Reid trial gets underway.
Ah, yes. Compared to Borophyll.
Chlorophyll.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, Mr. Lally, Mr. Daddy.
Thank you, Ron.
About that opening, and we talk about this all the time. Our chat is basically jury. It would be this one,
Yeah.
Yes. And this one.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll. Right?
2AL Toys just released another video installation. It's really good.
Who is she, Phil?
I think she was one of the witnesses.
Oh, is she?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I don't remember her. Yeah, good job, Phil. Nice little compilation there. And that's true. The prosecution's opening statement was Snoozeville. Snoozeville. You're really good at these, Phil. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping us entertained. Okay, so Brandy had stuff to say about the opening statements. She was trying to make you might as well just read it. Do you want to read Brandy? Or shall I?
You can.
I'll do Brandy. I'll try and do her accent because she is actually Southern, isn't she? She's from Georgia.
Not sure.
She lives in Florida, right?
Okay.
But she has like a Southern twang
Yeah.
to her. What did you say, Phil? That was some other trial. Yeah, that's why I didn't recognize her. Yeah, she just looked really, really bored. Okay, so thanks for playing and reading. Oh, of course. We love your stuff. Yeah, she's in Florida now, but she is she's not originally from Florida. She's got a Southern twang. Okay, so working on episode 11, my thoughts. The prosecution's opening was awful. There's no way around it. It was really, really bad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm breaking it down and making it much easier to understand for the episode. But in order to do that, I have to spend hours going through it. Thank goodness it wasn't longer than 38 minutes. Openings should engage the jury. This is the first time they're hearing anything about it, about what they're going to be spending the next 7 weeks listening to. There's no chance the jury followed along with this. This isn't giving a clear outline of what happened. It's just going down the witness list. Within the first 5 or 6 minutes, he had already listed 13 names. 20 minutes in, he had listed almost 50. By the end, he listed 76 people. How is a jury going to be able to keep up when you are listing a new name every 30 seconds for 38 minutes straight? Well, she's got her numbers down, right?
It's impressive.
Commonwealth is going to have to get it together if they want to do anything here. And troll me all you want. I'll tune out the way the jury tune Lally out.
It's good.
Karen Reed trial. Hashtag Karen Reed. Hashtag John O'Keefe. Nice job, Brandy.
Yes.
Very good.
I'm be praying for you today since you posed your opinions. Yikes.
Dear sweet baby Jesus, pray.
76 people mentioned. And how many times was lead investigator Proctor mentioned? 0. That's a good point.
Aha!
That is a really good point.
That's a really good point.
Oh, I can't wait till they call him. They have to, really. I mean.
We're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
In fact, did you notice in my song? It says, "Where is Proctor? Has he disappeared?"
Yes.
Where is Proctor? Has he disappeared? I'll sing it again. Where is Proctor? Has he disappeared? Sorry, the song.
Yeah.
The song.
I get it.
Yeah, okay. You can buy it on iTunes. Or reputable retailers. I don't think you will ever have enough content for this stream. Oh no, God, I'm struggling for content. Yeah, there's just not enough. Not enough at all. No. And how are you, God?
Yes. How's your boat?
Hey, how's your
boat? He
boat?
was playing with his wood earlier.
Was he?
Yeah, him and his son were working on his sailboat or whatever.
Yes. You said you're out today. I hope you're having a good time. Where is that is actually a good hashtag. Where is Proctor?
That's a proctologist.
Yeah. See, and it wouldn't be the first time that a a very important witness for the prosecution, actually not for the prosecution, a very important state witness, as in a law enforcement agent, just went missing in a trial, right? Just suddenly was unavailable. Fall off the face of the earth. Like had, I don't know, a kids event or something like that. Just had to be overseas or something. Oops. I've seen it happen before.
Well, it happened.
Right.
Zachariah Anderson,
Yeah.
he testified, but then when the defense wanted to call him back, he was out of state.
Yes.
And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, bummer.
Oh, well, damn. Yeah. Now, this is a 7-week trial, so it's kind of difficult for him to be unavailable for 7 weeks. However, possible. Something could happen. All right. Now, Lily in London. Hey, Lily. How's it going? Would you want to read that one?
It is so weird that John O'Keefe's family members sit so close, Karen Reed, and opposite the jury. They basically stare at them underway. Well, it's a tiny courtroom.
Suspected that John O'Keefe was missing or hurt or in trouble. And at 2:27 in the morning, you will learn.
Yeah. So, and they have been making some sort of like faces and things like that as the testimony is happening. So, and the jury is seeing that. I don't know if they know who they are. But yeah, I don't know. Like I've seen cases before when the judge has sort of said to people, look, you need to
No facial
reactions. Try and not react, everybody in the gallery, otherwise I'm going to have to ask you to leave. But victims are a bit different. I don't know about in this state, but victims, it's pretty hard to leave. But they still need to maintain their composure because it does affect the jury. Okay, do you want to read these ones?
She also mouthed the word nope when the defense attorney did. They'd have been behind them if Karen didn't ask them to renovate the other courtroom. Keep staring at the jury. It won't matter. Kerr is not walking away from this heinous crime. This is the courtroom they chose. If she just pledged, she wouldn't be here right now. Goddamn B-word and her constitutional rights. Yeah, if looks would kill, this one would have gotten justice early. This one would have gotten just ice early yesterday.
Yeah, make sure you say it right. It's just ice.
Just ice.
Yeah.
Corrine must be unnerved.
Okay. Now, just remember when we see these little ones, they're fairly obviously Karen is guilty protagonists. So there are a bunch of people on Twitter, and I guess they're getting around in other places as well, but they're definitely on Twitter, and they have the this little icon, and that is a picture of John O'Keefe in uniform. They've clearly all gotten together and decided to use this profile pic. They're not all the same person. There's a bunch of them. Now, I've not used their names. I've kept them all incognito other than just to identify that they have chosen to use this profile pic and bring them out from the rest of the chat. So you guys can be clear that when you see one of these chats, they're not just a little bit guilty. They're full pushing that that narrative. Like when I say not just a little bit, I mean really ramming it. It's so full on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one there is if she pled, she wouldn't be here right now. That's one of the lesser comments. But if she pled, she wouldn't be here right now. Okay, so pleading means that you think you're that pleading is basically I did it.
Well, saying you did it and or copying a plea deal.
Yeah. And I mean, if she's not guilty, then if she believes she's not guilty, why should she plead? Okay. Sometimes people take pleas just to get out of things because they really feel like they're screwed otherwise. But I think in this instance, she really believes that she can convince a jury that she's not guilty. Okay, Laura Lumber, Rob over at Laura Lumber.
Corrine Reed, can we get a 48-hour notice for when Trooper Proctor gets called? I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just really waiting for those fireworks. ... Please. Don't be shy with the butter either. I am so on edge for this guy to show up. ... He is a shoddy cop and just as conflicted as the Canton PD. Lol, if the state doesn't call him, he is on the defense witness list. Ooh, I think we all do. The prosecution going to be boring as hell, but that cross, fire.
Look, it's going to be great when he's called, assuming he's called.
Yeah.
Assuming that we ever see him. But I think he's disappeared, personally. Anyway, that's just my thought. All right. This was good. So I was on with Sean at the time of this one. It was good. And he, look at this. He's copying a spanking. The day 2 crosses were fantastic. In fact, all the crosses have been fantastic. But yeah, it was just one after the other on day 2. Okay, so would you like to read that?
I love a good cross. Officer Steve Saref of Canton PD is getting his tushy excoriated.
His tushy excoriated.
Bend over, Daddy. Simmer down, John.
Simmer down, John.
Right out of the gate, the defense created reasonable doubt. I had wondered why they let Corrine leave after having said I did it. But the defense got me thinking that she might not have said it at all. Yeah. Welcome back, Amy.
Hey.
Hi, Phil. Listen, people are human. Why does everyone these days think one must be a robotic? The officer on now is saying what the cross of Seraph tried to impeach. He arrived after Seraph and saw them.
Hey, where's Seraph?
Smoke and mirrors
is
the
right now.
Money defense. You're usually objectively, he got his ass kicked, which is effectively the objective. As an attorney, I learned from a good cross. Miss Reed got her money's worth. P.S. I abandoned Phil years ago. Phil was the name of a vicious pit bull where I used to live. He gave me flashbacks. Call me Philippe.
This person who's posting this, clearly his name's Philippe or Philip, is acting very weird. Just like, okay, you don't like being called Phil, so now you're correcting people to being, I want to be called Philip.
Okay, Phil.
Okay, Phil, just calm the F down. And like,
do you want to
just
be
talk
called
about the topic?
Phil? Because that's how you're going to be called Phil, by telling people to call you Philip.
Yeah, call me Philip. So people called you Phil years ago. Just get over it, Phil. We've had your fill of it, Phil. I just call him Phil now to piss him off.
I know. Oh boy, lol. I'm impressed at how well they are able to be aggressive without being aggressive. Rawr. I still believe she did it. She looks evil. Very evil.
So evil.
All the evil.
So evil.
More evil.
Calm thy tits, Phil. Okay. No one recorded it in any fashion until the witness stand. Yeah. P. Lola's mom, 100%. right? This is a problem. When you're just not writing this stuff down and it's just coming to you later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the woman there said she did it. I forgot. She confessed to me. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, she did confess to me.
She did. I heard her. She said it over and over again, really loudly. But I didn't write it down.
Yeah, it kind of slipped my mind.
Yeah. Just like Dali earlier said that he stabbed and mutilated somebody. That actually was yesterday or the day before, but I forgot.
Yeah, till just now.
Yeah, till just now. Oops, sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that on a live stream.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be questioned now.
Sorry.
I really hope nobody in Mesa has died recently.
Sorry about that, Dali. Oops.
Well, maybe they can fly you to Mesa to testify.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
All expenses paid trip.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. In the Hall of Phils, we don't acknowledge this guy. Nice. Oh dear. All right. Oh, this one. Okay. There may be a clip of me somewhere on Sean's stream when this guy started talking, and I was just like, shut up. Okay. American accents don't. Oops. What's going on?
Oh, holy crap. Hell is haunted.
American accents don't annoy me that much anymore like they used to. Now that I hang out with you guys, I'm like getting over it. Okay, this is annoying.
I feel that way about Australia now. I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they used to annoy me, but now I'm kind of over that. I'm used to you guys. But that was weird. But this guy, okay, he has not just a Boston accent, but he's got this really high-pitched Boston accent, and he sounds like a jockey. And he says a lot. Like and I just couldn't handle him. I had to turn the volume down as well. So he just drove me bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Hello, Bob. Good to see you. All right, let's watch what he has to say.
But the word that you used was
Brandy.
scratches. Yes, they were like furrows.
What?
Say that again. Furrows.
What was that word?
What word?
Say that again. Furrows, if you will.
What?
What?
I don't understand that word.
What?
So if you remove something,
Yes.
like you create a furrow in the skin, is that?
Furrows.
Yes, there you go. Sorry, excuse my accent.
Oh no, it's gonna be a meme somewhere.
Hey, my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, got it.
That's very good. And again, thank you, Phil, for the mashup. That's classic. Very cool. Do you want to read that out, Dali, in your best?
My cousin Vinny 1992 referenced during day 2 of the Corinne Reed trial. Fighter paramedic Nuttall describes John O'Keefe arm injuries as furrows. I literally watched My Cousin Vinny for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Literally. I was dying when he said that today. Definitely didn't have furrows on my bingo card. That's cool you saw it. Makes me wonder how many watching didn't get the reference.
Well, I didn't. Someone had to tell me about it. But now that I've seen it, I'm like, that is hilarious.
And there's another My Cousin Vinny reference too, like with the whole I did it thing. I shot the clerk. I shot the clerk. Whoa.
I shot the clerk, question mark.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it. Oh, was there a question mark? Dun, 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 dun. Again, my song on iTunes. Or good retailers.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, we'll come back to that later. We will play the song again at the end.
Yay.
Because,
why not?
We have to. The song's great. Anyway, what's this? All it did was try to convince the court that he knew his job. Oh, or he did maybe he thought that would elude the court to hear what he really saw or thought that morning. He was very proud of himself. He was very pleased with like his own credentials, and he wanted to come off very experienced and knowledgeable.
Firefighters and paramedics are usually, well, no offense if you guys are, but they can be kind of pompous asses in my experience.
Oh,
Not
I
all
don't
of them, but some.
Yeah.
This guy certainly came across
This
that way.
particular dude, he was very like, spitting out all the medical jargon and terms and things like that. And yeah, it didn't help though when it came to it. Like on cross, he got pretty much chewed up. Anyway, so yeah, that was very cool. Thank you, Phil. It's great to have you in chat too, Phil. Thank you.
Yes, the discount Ricada.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know who Nick Ricada is, this guy looks a fair bit like him. Okay, so Nick, you get to do your Nick voice.
When will report on the cross-examination? Where will the claims from the witnesses are furiously debunked? Aye, they're after me lucky Swedish fish.
Oh my God, one day. All right, so Court TV, dear me, Court TV and Law and Crime will not get off their guilty high horse. I don't understand. Like, what does it take? Like, are they watching a completely different trial? Because things are going very well for Karen Reid. Like, they're going extremely well for Karen Reid. It's not looking good for the prosecution. I don't see how they don't see it. Like, everyone's saying it, and I mean, like, most of the channels that are covering it, I don't really see any channels out there that are seeing it differently right now, except the mainstream channels, Court TV and Law and Crime. Let's just watch this for a second.
The only response that I was personally given was just, I hit him. Oh my God, I hit him.
And when she's saying, I hit him, oh my God, I hit him, how loudly is she saying that?
So she was within 2 feet of me, but very loud. Any type of follow-up questioning, did you hit him with your hand? Did you kick him? What happened? She just repeated the phrase over and over again, I hit him.
You indicated that when you heard this phrase, I hit him, that your response was, did you hit him with your hand? Right?
Yes.
Did you kick him?
Yes.
Did you punch him?
Yes.
That's what you previously testified to, correct?
Yes.
Nowhere in that conversation did you ever suggest, did you hit him with your car?
I don't recall if I asked her specifically about that.
Okay, so Court TV's actual little write-up that went with that. Would you like to read that, darling?
Oh my God, I hit him! Exclamation mark. Another first responder testifies to Corinne Reid say repeatedly, I hit him, as they were attending to victim John O'Keefe at the crime scene. Firefighter Anthony Flamotti said he asked the defendant how she hit the Boston police officer, but was given the same, I hit him. Hashtag Court TV, what do you think?
Nice. Very good, darling. I love you. All right. Now, C-Swept. Is C-Swept in chat? Where is she?
Was earlier.
Was she? Okay. C-Swept, I got to say, she's been right out there with the sarcastic responses to all this stuff. I love her. C-Swept says, I wonder why you haven't mentioned all the ones that didn't hear it, or that the ones that did failed to make an account of it or tell anyone else at the time. Unusual. She's great. It's true, right? And actually, there was a lot of pushback on this Court TV post. There's been a lot of pushback on all of the Court TV posts, all of the law and crime posts. They're getting a lot of pushback. And all of these mainstream accounts that usually get a bunch of pro-state commenters come out. Hello, Queen Olive. Good to see you.
Nice to see
A
you.
lot of those people who usually are like right with Court TV and are going, yes, guilty, guilty, guilty. They are pushing back. They're saying no. That this guy was. Didn't you see the cross examination? Didn't you see when he said that he didn't write that down and no one else heard it? And everyone else that has been questioned from the scene has said the same thing? Are you watching the same trial Court TV? All of these posts that are going up are being pushed back at, and a lot. It's very interesting. So, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Here we go. So Julie Grant is Queen skepticism on this.
I hit him. Now a second firefighter testifies to defend Aunt Corrine Reed admit to hitting John O'Keefe at the scene. Court TV.
Oh, wow, a second one now. Well, that's it then. It's over. All right, so that's not a video. Oh, look, who's that?
Oh, that's my handsome face.
Oh, yes, it's your handsome face.
I got good numbers too. I was surprised. Like everybody was liking that, and
oh, look at you.
well, I've had really bad. My algorithm has been crap recently, so I was surprised.
Just tell everyone.
You see, there's Twitter and analytics, and
no. I didn't mean that. No,
okay,
no.
sorry.
Okay, just read your read your tweet.
I'm a card.
You are.
How do you know it was an exclamation mark and not a question mark? Yeah, that took a turn though, Julie, big time. I'm sorry, but as someone in your Court TV rule, if you're going to share pertinent info, don't you think it would make sense to share all of it? Seems convenient you post the first statement with zero follow-up on the crosses. Oh, would you like me to respond to Half Irish? When every first responder witness thus far gets owned.
Oh, that was funny.
Hush.
Oh, hush, darling. Okay, Mimsy, how are you, Mimsy? It sounds like all Lally has in the eye is the I hit him BS. He wants the jury to hear this over and over. Oh, absolutely. He wants the jury to hear that over and over. Clearly.
And it's infuriating to me because you can't tell if it was an exclamation. Like, you don't know her state of mind as she says it. Is she just panicking? Did I think
punctuation is important, people?
Did someone ask her if she hit him? And then she starts repeating, "Oh my God, I hit him? Question mark. I hit him. I hit him.
I hit him. I hit him. Did I hit him? Did. Now, in that interview that we showed last week on this show, she said it was preceded with a did.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And afterwards it had a question mark. So it was, did I hit him? Question mark. Did I hit him? That was what was said.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Yeah. Now, I don't know whether she'll testify. I think actually considering how badly the prosecution is doing with their questioning,
she says she doesn't really remember it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not good.
So I don't think she should. But
look, maybe not. I don't potentially. I mean, it depends how the next few weeks goes. But I mean, she probably doesn't need to. There's probably enough there for her not to. Probably enough there for her not to. Yeah. I can't think she would be testifying. They they can't show the state's witnesses getting hammered by defense. Got to keep it PG. Well, they could Schnibbles. They could.
Yeah.
But no, they won't. They won't. All right, let's keep going. Oh, Bev. Auntie Bev, as they call her. Someone's made this little meme. Judge Beverly J. Canone for sale. Dial 1-800-corrupt. There's lots of little memes out there, everybody. All right, do you want to read this?
Can none know? No, we can hear her heavy sighs when the defense asks questions. What does
Bev be breathing? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, sorry.
What does the jury think when every time the defense speaks, she makes those very loud sighs? It's extremely unprofessional for a judge to that. She does it constantly. Judges' theatrical sighs alone should be the basis for an appeal, should, God forbid, Karine need one. Though I've been wondering if they are as noticeable to jurors as they are to streaming viewers. She's overweight and underworked. Lazy fat people breath like that because it's an effort to just sit there. Except for when Lolly is talking, of course. Then she's rapt with attention, leaning forward to help him out if needed.
Okay, that is so unnecessary.
Okay, yeah.
I put that in because this is how bad this is getting.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is how nasty the comments are getting. And it's not like comments don't get nasty, but for this trial, people are getting super personal about the players in this. So to say something like the reason why she is doing this huffing is because she's overweight and underworked. Lazy fat people breathe like that because it's an effort to just sit there. But then to turn around and say, oh, except for when Lally is talking, of course. So basically they're saying that no, it's not that. It's she can make the decision to not breathe that way when Lally is talking.
Yeah.
So you just wanted to insult her,
basically.
Okay. Because she's not really overweight, like from what I can see.
I didn't think so.
No. So you just wanted to say that about her, did you? Well, that's
especially
you're
not for an American.
No, Matt. Yeah, Matt is a European. So, yeah. So I mean, that's just uncalled for stuff like that. Like, stick to arguments about the topic rather than going after people personally. I think
she needs to remember, if we can hear it, so can the jury. Mike's on for them primarily, not us. I hope the jurors see Darth Bev as being one-sided. And I hope she sees all of us and mutes herself when she isn't talking. It's very disrespectful. When they hit the target, she sighs out loud. Oh, it's unbelievable. On the taillight, for instance, my gosh. Like, she is a pathetic excuse for a judge. Like, totally grody. Her sign like that is a level of disrespect. Like, gag me with a spoon. It's appalling.
Gag me with a spoon.
Wait, you never heard Valley Girl? It's how Californians talk.
Yeah, okay. I've never heard anyone say gag me with a spoon ever, except you.
Really?
And then you say it a lot. It's not my favorite one of your voices, to be honest.
No, I hate it too. I hate it. But I only have so many I can do.
I know. You've got a repertoire. You have a repertoire.
I need to add some new ones.
Yeah. Watch Clueless. I've seen Clueless. Okay, I've seen Clueless, but do they say that? Do they say "gag me with a spoon"? I don't know.
I think I've seen it, but yeah, it's like an 80s kind of California teenage girl thing.
Hey, Lilia, how are you? I haven't seen you in ages. Hi. Great to see you. Darth Vader is the perfect label for her size. Okay, so I can't say I've noticed them that much, but
I haven't either.
maybe
I know everybody's
people keep
talking about
referring
it.
to them.
I haven't really
Yeah,
noticed too much, but
maybe I'm just not listening hard enough.
yeah.
Okay,
And I don't want, and if I did hear it, it'd drive me crazy. So I'm glad I don't. But
yeah, I'm not. Maybe
I'm not
once I
trying
start
to-
hearing it, that'll be it.
I'm not trying to.
Queen Olive Ruth Ann really likes your Gag Me with the Spoon. So there you go. You have a fan.
No
All
offense
righty,
meant.
Alrighty, Jennifer Coffinduffer. We are up to the good bit. All right, everyone. Okay, before we start on actually reading out her stuff, people who don't know who Jennifer Coffinduffer is, I think probably everyone does now. But Jennifer Coffinduffer has a long history of getting into the comment section. She has a giant Twitter reach. She has, I think, 70,000 plus followers. Might be more now. I don't know. She is ex-FBI, right? She is absolutely the most pro-state influencer you could find. She is always, always, always spreading the narrative that whoever is on, who is the defendant, is guilty. Guilty, 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 no matter what, regardless of their status of pre-trial, arraigned, whatever they are. Now, she thinks Karen Read is guilty, and that is it. That is it. Nothing anyone can say will change her mind. Now, unfortunately, because she is ex-FBI, she has gotten herself to a point where people just really trust in what she says, right? And she also does this thing of getting victims' photos out, putting them with her tweets, really long tweets, and making it all about the victim. So people feel that she's being very genuine. But what happens is she builds up this trust with people, and then she will never back down, even in the face of a bunch of evidence. So what's happened is now with the Karen Read trial, there's so much evidence to show that there's been this cover up, but she won't back down. She just will not back down. And people are really starting to see the true Jennifer Coffinduffer, right? So even in the face of all of this that's going on, people are now pushing back and going, we trusted you, Jennifer. Why? Why can't you see it? Why aren't you calling out the things that are happening? And a lot of her followers are turning against her now. She has a YouTube channel now, by the way, and a podcast. She used to be mainly on Twitter, and she would go onto other people's channels, like she'd be on Nancy Grace and stuff like that. All right. So that's a little bit of background there for anyone who doesn't know. And Dali, would you like to read this?
I have no idea who friends of my friends' dads were in high school. I had only about 100 kids my high school graduation class. Sure, I knew my bestie friend's dad, kind of, but she made it clear she was not a good friend. She was an acquaintance. I think she told the truth. ...
She thought this woman told the truth?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Sure, princess.
All right. So what she's actually quoting this tweet here. So would you like to read that one?
What? Katie McLaughlin stated under oath that she doesn't know who Caitlin Albert's dad is. Wasn't he also featured on a national TV show?
Yeah, that was that's only part of that tweet. It was a really, really long tweet. But yeah, there's been absolutely hundreds, thousands of comments about this particular woman and her testimony, and how she was seen to be quite non-credible in regard to not knowing Caitlin Albert, who Caitlin, or Caitlin Albert. There's a photo of her, who her dad was, the fact that she was outside the Albert's house, all this kind of stuff. So, and yeah, so Jennifer's all like, oh no, she's telling the truth. Don't see anything wrong with that. All right. So there is someone who is posting a little screenshot saying, report writing is one of the most difficult jobs in law enforcement. As my first boss in the FBI, Mr. Hooper told me, if it's not on paper, it didn't happen, Jennifer Coffinduffer. Read that again. And Jennifer says this.
Yes, ma'am, but EMS workers aren't people. I mean, police. Most local departments don't receive the training FBI agents receive. And while the FBI is the gold standard on how things should be done, it doesn't mean that a local officer who did write every word in his report would lie on the stand. He wasn't lying, in my opinion. Is it the gold standard to write someone is guilty before trial? EMS is taught the same thing as cops about report writing. If you don't document it, it didn't happen. Yeah. Shouldn't you be out playing?
Sorry. EMS are taught the same thing. So for her to say that, oh no, well, it's okay. EMS don't learn the same stuff. It's FBI are the gold standard. It's okay. Like she's giving them an out, right? So she's saying it's all right because they don't write everything down like we do. But that's garbage. And a lot of people, I'm just showing you one tweet. A lot of people said the same thing.
Yeah.
In response. I'm talking like I was scrolling. Lots of people were all saying, you're wrong. EMS are taught the exact same thing. If they hear something like that about I did it, they write it down. You're wrong, Jennifer. And usually her comment threads are just full of agreement with her. Nope, not this time. John, thank you. To Ms. Coffinduffer, there can only be one Nancy Grace, and she does not share power. No. Thank you, John, for the super chat. Yes, Boston's Finest was the name of the TV show, and I saw Caitlin Albert's dad. What's his name? Brian. Is it Brian?
I think so.
Brian Albert? Sorry if I'm wrong. There's so many names in this. Yeah, I saw him. I saw the poster thing with pictures of him looking all cop-like on the Boston's Finest. She wasn't a good friend. I often take dozens to party and drinking huggy pics with people who are not friends. No, they're just acquaintances. Just acquaintances. I don't know if it was Donnie Wahlberg, might have been. Is report writing really that difficult? Look, I don't think it's simple. I think it's probably one of those things that they don't enjoy doing very much. But I think to write that somebody confessed to hitting somebody is probably not that difficult. Of all the things that you would do when you got back from a scene, it would be like, okay, top things that you write are woman, blonde, 40s, said, I did it. Sorry, I hit him. I hit him loudly. That would be probably top, you would think. One of the top few things you'd write before you clocked off for the day, you would think. And thank you for being a member for 3 months, Mr. John Common. You are fantastic. You do so much. And Mads, she is so on the Coburger guilty train. She's driving it. She has a train driver's license. I can show you one day all the stuff she's written about him. Lilia, that's the medical standard as well. If you don't chart it, it didn't happen, and your ass will be on the line for not doing it. It should be, there will be a loss if there would be a lawsuit later. Yeah, I thought so. Cool. All right. Now, then the last one says, Shouldn't you be out playing Pink Panther? Haha, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that tweet, guys. Just you wait. This is what we've all been waiting for. How ridiculous can she be? Coffin Duffer FBI, dumb people are the ones who give you credit. Now, if you don't know who Aidan Kearney is, that is Dr. Turtleboy, Mr. Turtleboy, whoever you like to call Turtleboy. And he says, lol, the music. Now, whatever you think of Turtleboy, it doesn't really matter, but he's right about the music. Ready? Oops. I probably will. Oh, I don't care.
Maybe she got hit by the car.
That's Jennifer Coffin Duffer. How good is that? What is going on? And look, there's Alf. I don't know. I placed that there because I thought that worked so well. How good's that? All right. Oh my god. Oh my
John.
god. Now I know why she's ex-FBI. Yes. FBI 101, don't get caught by a camera. Well, she realized that. She was like,
oh, you think she saw the camera and that's why
yeah,
she ran?
She did.
Oh.
She actually whispered to herself, camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering why the stealthy, like, quick getaway.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Okay. You want to read those comments?
How ridiculous she can be.
No.
Oh, sorry, on the right.
Oh, we read that one. You were gone.
Jennifer Pink Panther Coffin Duffer worked with Michael Proctologist's father. No surprise there. This may be the single greatest entry into the Coffin Duffer HOF. Had to add it for the record. Does it seem like she starts running towards the left and then changes direction to the right? Forgets where she parked? She thought she was slick.
So the architect is great, by the way. Architect provides some fantastic research and commentary. And also, Architect has this hashtag called Coffin Duffer Hall of Fame. And if you go and look up Coffin Duffer Hall of Fame, you'll see all of the ridiculous things that she's ever tweeted, or most of the ridiculous things she's ever tweeted, including, Mads, if you're interested, a lot of the misinformation she's put out there about Koberger. So, and yeah, he's right. This is probably the greatest entry into the Coffin Duffer Hall of Fame now. There's been some pearlers. I don't know if you guys use pearlers in America. No, that's an Australian term. Perler is like a pearl.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, like a gem. There's
So
been some pearlers, but this is top.
So the ring camera asked what she's doing there, I believe. Oh, that'd be great if it caught her live. That'd be amazing if it caught her live.
Yeah. Okay. So there's more on this. Hang on. The internet went wild about this.
If one of the Corrine Reed supporters pulled a stunt like the one Jennifer Coffin Duffer did at 34 Fairview, the KR haters would be going berserk right now. Jennifer clearly knew that she was trespassing. She took a picture of the front door and then hauled ass out of there. Insane.
She sure did haul ass out of there.
You can hear her whisper, camera, to herself.
All right, so this is the video without the music. No, I didn't hear it. That's so funny. That is just so funny.
I don't think it's illegal what she did.
Trespassing.
If they had a no trespassing sign, yes. If they told her to get off the property and she stayed, or she came back, yes. But
I don't know.
technically, you're allowed to go on somebody's property to like ring the doorbell or whatever.
I guess you are.
But I mean, it's still kind of a scummy thing to do. But
it's yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's illegal or not. Anyway, so C-Swept has come up with a new name for this. And I should get my band next door to make a song called this. So C-Swept said that should rightly be called the Coffin Dash. So she wants me to get the band to make a song based on the tune of the Monster Mash, but it's the Coffin Dash. Not sure whether they make covers or not. I have to talk to them about that. They might not like doing covers because artistic integrity. Anyway, do you want to read these ones out?
So unethical that the new homeowner wasn't informed the property was the site of a murder before she bought it. Ick. Well, she may have been. She probably, I guess it depends on the state, but usually you have to be informed of things like that, at least in Arizona. How are we sure she didn't plant something on that property?
Like what?
That was super weird. I wonder what she was hopping for. And why did she try to boogle out of there so quickly? Aiden would have been arrested for it.
That's true. Well, Aiden is Turtle Boy, by the way, if you weren't aware. But well, I mean, maybe not arrested. Don't know. He's had run-ins with the police before, obviously. But I don't know. Like this whole idea of going up onto someone's property and getting photos.
She was probably taking a picture of the house for some thing she was doing
for YouTube or whatever. Yeah.
Twitter.
It's more the fact that she ran away. She didn't want to get caught doing it.
Yeah.
And
so she knew it was wrong. Or
she knew, well, she didn't want to be seen doing it. Yeah. So the whole idea of being seen doing it to her looked wrong. And if I feel like if she didn't run away, it wouldn't have looked so bad. Like if she'd just been like,
yeah. If she just walked onto their property, took a few pictures, and then just casually walked off.
Yeah, it's just like, oh well, I belong here like everybody else.
Yeah, it's
it's the fact that she ran
tiptoeing away.
That's what's so hilarious. And even this bit, hang on, this the way she it flaps. That thing she's got, it's flapping like wings.
She has a cape.
It's like a cape. It's like her coffin cape. I love it. Alrighty. Okay, so someone has gone and done a Karen Reid week 1. What do you call it? Mashup thing. Do you want to read this before I play it?
Karen Reid week 1. The Karen isn't doing well. Not a total knockout yet, but brain on the hospital staff and she's done for. This week, a slew of paramedics and firefitters all testify that there was very low visibility and they couldn't see the body from their vehicles. And half of them heard her admitting she hit him. The defense tried to trip them up by asking for odd details of the event that happened at their job 2 years ago, but nobody retracted any testimony. They played semantics with the witnesses, but the jury seemed unimpressed. As the average person doesn't think paramedics aren't really the conspiring type. They chose the job to save lives and help people. They can't do this to every witness. It's coming off as desperate. If I was Karine, I'd be driving to Mexico right now.
And then someone said,
I don't believe I've watched the same trial as you did.
yeah.
What trail are you watching? Things are going splendidly for Karine. Her defense team has decimated witnesses for the prosecution. Mexico won't save her.
Mexico won't save her. All right, let's watch this piece of garbage.
Just gonna drive around in the 2 square miles that we spent the preceding night.
There was snow on the ground. It was snowing, high winds, low visibility.
The defendant is the only one who sees Mr. O'Keefe.
How soon was it when you pulled in there that you saw John's body?
Immediately.
But even after they got out of the vehicle, until the defendant gets out of the back seat, he makes a beeline essentially right over to where Mr. O'Keefe's body was.
Once I got out of the truck, I was probably had to be about like 5 feet away until I could see.
So I couldn't see him right away.
There was about an inch or two of snow at the time.
That ain't the first time he's lied about a few inches.
I could hear commotion. I could hear some screaming off in the distance. I couldn't really tell you where it was coming from because it was still quite dark.
Keep in mind, only an inch or two of snow had fallen. Now,
Nobody really saw the body on the front lawn except for Karen Reed because she knew exactly where it was.
Incorrect. That's
Like,
just a lie.
nobody saw it.
Lucky Loughran saw it.
You saw the body?
Yes, he saw the body.
He's dead. He's fucking dead.
Hit him.
I hit him. I hit
Oh
him.
my God, I hit him.
So
What was that? What was that? Dear me. It's not the first time he's lied about a few inches. Dear me. Dear me, the propaganda. Okay. This lady here actually gives somewhat of a decent account of how Proctor is involved. And I wanted to play this because for those who may not be quite across some of the backstory, and I just found it quite interesting because there's a little bit of misinformation in there, but I found her take to be kind of interesting. She's also like having a bit of a look at how the TikTok side is showing things. And I always like to include a little bit of the TikTok world, just to show you a different side, guys. So we'll just have this short video. Let's go.
Part 3 of how Karen Reed, who is currently on trial for the unaliving of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, and how she's being framed in a massive cover-up. Trooper Michael Proctor was the lead investigator on O'Keefe's unaliving. And from the very beginning, he made it clear that he was targeting Karen and had no intention of investigating Brian.
Wait. That is Turtle Boy in a police uniform. Look. Am I wrong?
Looks like him.
That's not Michael Proctor. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Looks like Aiden Kearney to me.
Maybe Turtle Boy is
From the very beginning, he made it clear that he was targeting Karen and had no intentions of even investigating Brian Albert. We found out in opening statements that Trooper Proctor was on his personal phone texting his friends about what was going on and had illegally seized Karen's phone and was trying to find her spicy photos on it. Not only was he going through her phone without a search warrant, he was telling his buddies that he hoped that she unalived herself. And when one of the buddies replied that the homeowner was going to get a lot of grief for a body being found on his property, Proctor replied, nope. At no point did Michael Proctor ever step foot inside Albert's home, even get a search warrant for it. Well, it turns out not only are they old high school buddies, earlier that very week, Proctor had texted Brian Albert's wife to have her babysit his kid. Now, at 4:30 that day, approximately 10 hours after the body had been discovered, Proctor and other state troopers arrived at Karen's parents' house where he observed her broken taillight and had it towed. And at about 6:30 p.m., about 12 hours later, suddenly the troopers find parts of the taillight in the snow by where the body was. During cross-examination this week, the defense was able to get Seraph and another police officer, Stephen Mullany, to acknowledge that they never saw parts of the taillight. Yet somehow, after a blizzard, in the middle of a dark January night, the officer who found the taillight was none other than Trooper Michael Proctor. It should also be mentioned that the FBI is currently conducting a parallel investigation involving several of the same witnesses in this trial. We don't know the details of their investigation.
Okay, now this
should
is
be
important.
noted that in March, the Massachusetts State Police confirmed that Proctor is under investigation with Internal Affairs. And yet he is still on active duty. He has not been relieved from his field business. That's because you can't put someone on the witness stand who is under investigation internally. They are not considered a credible witness. But what the FBI found
I don't know whether she's right. I don't know whether
Um,
she's right. If someone is under investigation internally, they can't be put on the witness stand. What?
Okay, first of all, Turtle Boy and Proctor look kind of similar.
They do look kind of similar, but let's assume she just got the wrong photo. Right?
No, they look
But-
like really kind of similar. It's creepy.
They do look really similar.
Okay, sorry, I'm just distracted.
I know, I'm distracted by that. But this is actually a really important point. So if Proctor is being investigated, right? Does that mean he can't be put on the stand?
Drive around in the 2 square miles that would
No.
spend.
Well, that's what she just said. I don't know if she's right. I don't
think
know if she's right.
I really don't. That would be.
He's on the witness list. I know he's on the witness list.
They can take the 5th.
Jess Rubery. I don't know if that's accurate, but I do know they can take the 5th.
It will mean that they lose their job, I believe, in every department, but they still have constitutional rights.
Interesting.
But he'd have to take the 5th. And he'd still have to go up there and be asked the question or tell the judge I'm pleading.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's just finish this. Hang on.
Found in their investigation and turned over to the defense attorneys blew the lid off of this case. It proves Jennifer innocent and implicates Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert's sister-in-law who was at the party that night, tried to delete the evidence. But you'll have to come back for part 4.
Thank you, Old Line. No, that's okay, Half Irish. We have Old Line here. He could be on the stand, but they will be able to use his disciplinary record as impeachment. Right. Thank you, Old Line. He could be on the stand, but they will be able to use his disciplinary record as impeachment. Right. Okay. How do you plead the 5th and explain what you did in the investigation? Well, that's a separate thing, isn't it?
You can be asked what you did in the investigation and plead the 5th if you did something illegal. Now, I guess it depends on the judge in Massachusetts if that'd be in front of the jury, what would be allowed, if the jury would be told. Yeah, I mean, it's the lead investigator. That's a big deal.
Well, actually, we're about to talk about that. Firstly, though, do you want to read these out?
Yeah. The lowercase FBI better get this man and his GF the justice they deserve. This entire story is disgusting. Wonder why we don't trust police. Oh, trust me. The Alberts' response to the community voicing their fear of the police in this case willed. The crimes cops do daily is why they have a blue line on the American flag that they shit on. Corrupt police officers? Question mark. ... Never. ... That is Turtle Boy in the police uniform.
Yes, someone pointed it out, but she didn't respond. Right? She didn't respond. So this is the creator here, right? And I noticed that someone pointed out that Turtle Boy is in the police uniform, and she commented on other stuff since, but never responded to that. And I was just like, how do you not notice that you put Turtle Boy in the police uniform and when that's Proctor there? It's like, what? What's going on? All right. So on this point about Proctor testifying, this Emily D. Baker, since we want a lawyer's opinion on this, this is very important. She has given, well, I'll read this part out. Excellent insight from lawyer and former LA Deputy DA Emily D. Baker about the potential strategy being employed by the prosecution to limit their reliance on lead investigator Michael Proctor for getting evidence entered into the record in the Karen Reed trial. So I haven't been watching Emily for quite a long time, but I see these little clips of hers that come up. And this one, I got to say, I think she's right on the money. And it leads me to also think that there's going to be some reason why he's just not going to be available. I don't think, come back to me and shock me if I'm wrong, but I don't reckon we're going to see him in this trial. I don't think he's going to turn up. I think he's disappeared. Maybe it'll be this whole internal investigations thing. Maybe he's just going to be out of the country, just going to be disappeared. But watch this.
The thing that occurred to me last night, Law Nerds, when we were looking at the first witnesses on day one, they were family members of victim officer O'Keefe. And they went through a ton of video clips from the Ring doorbell. Many in the chat said, look, the Ring doorbell gives you clips that are like a minute long. So that's what you're going to really get with that. And that's about what we saw, were a lot of different clips that were about a minute in length. What I was thinking is like, well, how would I have done this? Those are things I would normally do with my investigating officer. But you know what we heard a lot about in opening statements? The investigating officer, Trooper Proctor. That's what we heard a lot about in opening statements. So I'm going to be very curious how many other witnesses they use to try to pull in evidence and try to lay foundation for evidence that gets them away from needing to use Trooper Proctor for those things. Why? Because after the things that the defense said, and again, the prosecution wasn't objecting. The prosecution wasn't screaming. The prosecution wasn't saying, you know, Your Honor, this misstates any expected evidence or whatever. The prosecution sat down and said nothing. So I imagine the evidence will show the things the defense said it will show. If it doesn't, it's not going to look good for the defense at all. But I imagine it will show what they say that it will show. And if that is the case, the prosecution is going to want to use everyone but Trooper Proctor to lay the foundation for the evidence, because they want to try to distance themselves from anything Trooper Proctor touched. And I am not surprised that we are then seeing family members laying foundation for who's in video and everyone else, because they are going to want to distance. I see some in the chat already asking, but they have to call Proctor. I don't know. In the motion hearings last week leading up to trial, at one point, the prosecution, the Commonwealth said, well, we might not even call Trooper Proctor. And the defense said with a swiftness, then we will. So Trooper Proctor is going to end up on the stand one way or the other, but I imagine the Commonwealth is going to do much to distance themselves from the work that he did. With that, court should be starting back in just a minute.
Ha. And then this from the motion hearing the week before.
Suggests there has been significant misconduct on the part of Trooper Proctor. That will come out at trial. However,
How?
Beverly
through
says how.
cross-examination,
What if they don't call Trooper Proctor
we will call Trooper Proctor.
to impeach him?
Yes.
All right, so be prepared to argue that. I don't know. He's on the witness list. He's the first person on the witness list.
argue
I'm
that?
calling him. I'm just
He's the lead detective in
hypothetically
this
throwing it out
case.
there.
He's conducted every single step of this investigation.
With others, right?
So
Excuse me?
With others.
Sometimes, but he is the primary investigator in this case.
Huh.
What the hell?
Yeah. Wasn't that interesting the way Bev, the
How
way
do you-
she cut her off and went, how? What if they don't call him?
Well, and to
Then
say
we'll-
that it might not be relevant. Basically insinuating it's not relevant for the defense. What the hell?
Interesting.
He's the lead investigator. He's under investigation.
That isn't that interesting. Isn't that interesting the way she behaved just then, the judge?
That is appalling.
Yeah.
And I don't really have I'm on the side of defendants should be thought not guilty, and I hate the state. But I don't really care one way or the other for Karen Reed.
I haven't been. I'm like
I'm coming
Emily
at it
in this instance. I have not been following all the motion hearings. I've kept out of this one purely because there's just been so much drama around it that I've known a little bit about it leading up, but not much.
Yeah.
So I've been just watching the trial fresh and enjoying the good lawyering from the defense.
Yeah.
There hasn't been much good lawyering to watch from the prosecution, unfortunately, but really good lawyering from the defense. And it's just a really interesting, complex case. So yeah, and I know who Proctor is, and basically what his part in this is. Obviously, he's a lead investigator. You usually bring the lead investigator in, and yeah, Emily's take is absolutely very interesting, and to have him not come in would.
Part 3 of how Karen Reed, who is currently
I find it very curious, and I wonder whether or not the jury would. Here's the thing, guys: if you weren't trial watchers and you were on the jury, would you notice? Do you think? Would you be like, "Where's the lead investigator?"
Well, there's a rule that if the defense can't mention that the state did not call a witness in closing arguments, unless the defense tried to call that witness, and they weren't, I believe, and they weren't available. I could be mistaken.
Yes.
So if they're denied by the judge, I don't know if they'd be able to. David. Okay, so if the state does not call the lead detective and the judge prevents the defense from calling the lead detective, is the defense able to argue in closing arguments that the state did not call the lead detective?
That's a good question. Very good question. Yeah, and David, thank you for answering that first, because I've been wondering this ever since I saw Emily, this clip of Emily's. Would the jury, as lay people, even notice that the lead investigator has not been called? Would they remember 7 weeks later that in opening statements, this lead investigator Proctor was talked about at length? Right? Would they really remember? Would that really be a big deal to them that he never turned up as a witness? If with the prosecution throwing so much, and they will, in the 7 weeks, they will throw shit at Karen Reed. They'll keep throwing shit at her. There'll be experts. There'll be all sorts of stuff that they'll throw at her for 7 weeks. And by the end of it, do you think that they will even remember if he doesn't turn up? I don't know if arguing that the lead detective wasn't called is a big deal. They could. I'd have a bigger issue with the defense not being able to call him. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure like they would technically be able to call him, but I just wonder whether or not he might just magically disappear.
Or if the judge insinuated that they basically have to make their position as to why they'd call him.
Ronnie, if I were on the jury, I probably wouldn't notice that he's not there, but I would be jotting down all the names being used and the question why they weren't called. Yes, remember they're taking notes.
Oh, yeah. And the defense in the opening said that he searched Karen Reed's phone to look for nude pictures of her.
Not just that not just the nude pictures.
And to kill herself, or unalive herself when she was being committed.
They talked about him at length in the opening statements. So
it would really be kneecapping the defense if they weren't allowed to call him.
I don't see why they wouldn't be allowed to call him. It's just, I think he might disappear.
Yeah.
As like in Zachariah Anderson, when just all of a sudden he wasn't available.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the lead detective, but it was like a key witness just from who happened to be a state actor, just wasn't available.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's true.
The jury could not take notes during. Oh, that's right. They couldn't take notes during the opening statements because that was not testimony. You're right. Good on you, Bob. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
They would call him to impeach the other witnesses' testimony. The investigating officer is the one who meets with all the witnesses. Interesting. Point out that all the first responders were called, but the lead investigator wasn't. In the closing statements, in the closing argument, sorry, they could talk about that in the closing arguments, the defense. Don't see why they couldn't. I don't see why they couldn't. If it came to that, if it came to the fact that Proctor didn't end up on the stand at all, and there was some mysterious reason why he never ended up there, I don't see why the defense couldn't talk about that. They probably already subpoenaed him, but it would be up to the judge to enforce it. Yeah, isn't this interesting? So they could call in Theory Proctor and use Proctor to impeach the credibility of the other witnesses. The defense could, yeah.
Yeah. And also, everyone, real quick, David and I are working.
Can we just finish this, please?
Yeah, and then we'll announce.
Yeah, we're not finished yet. Cool. All right. All right. Then on Jay's channel, he has this had this short up. So watch Karen Reed stare down at Katie McLaughlin when she asked about Know the Alberts. Right. So this was when Katie McLaughlin was on the stand. Let's just watch this.
I love that look.
One other, just a couple of brief questions. Do you know any of Caitlin's siblings?
No.
You don't know Brian Albert Jr.?
No.
Do you know any of her extended family that might be a little closer in age to you, like Colin Albert?
No.
Have you ever met any of them?
Not that I recall.
Not that you recall, or no?
I don't remember meeting any of them.
Your Honor, that's all I have right now.
All right. All right. Do you want to read those? There's Turtle Boy's there. Ooh, Turtle Boy.
Karen knows Katie is lying. We also got more pictures of the acquaintances. KR is a liar. Yes, I caught this too. A confident stare. Not a glare of intimidation, but a stare as if KR is saying we both know you're not being fully transparent. That's my interpretation of the look. Lol. Wow, such hatred for someone she doesn't even know. Very scary. Katie held up well under tough cross and zero evidence of a recent close friendship, apart from dozens and dozens and dozens of photographs in their bikinis on a beach on vacation, going to parties together, having fun together. It's all just a mere coinky dink.
It's a big coinky dink. Oh dear. Yes, it's such a coinky dink. Mads, there's another problem with the state's case. Karen really would need a car, not need a car to kill anybody. Those eyes can be more than enough.
Her eyes are almost as
So
intimidating as Adam Schiff's eyes.
Tell you what, maybe she's a descendant of the Salem witches.
It's
maybe.
the same area.
Maybe. Hey, Ron, how's it going?
Hey.
You make me believe in the Twitter people. I mean, like it says right now, I have 100 and something Twitter
107.
people watching, 107 Twitter people watching. I believe there's at least one. That's you, Ron.
Well, thank you, Ron.
Oh, dear. And your lovely wife is here somewhere as well. Your lovely wife is here somewhere. Hello to you. And congratulations on 300,000 subs, by the way, on your YouTube channel. Congrats. Okay, next. All right. And last but definitely not least, I'm going to play this footage from the jury viewing. And there was a hot mic and some stuff was overheard being said. I'll play it, and then there is some transcript of it over here.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's what I say. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, he's a dick. He's a kook, but he is himself. It's like, you know, like my parents watch the live stream and shit, and I'll tune in. I can't listen to the guy just fucking talk. Yeah. You know, it's just spout a ton of shit. And it's like, comes to this. Awesome. Yeah, right. Yeah.
One other, just a couple of brief questions.
Okay.
Do you know any?
So, I don't know if you heard that properly, but Dali will read it all out for you whilst I let Seraph in.
Individuals caught on a hot mic at the 34 Fairview jury view scene. Or was it 33 Fairview? Recording for Law and Crim's live stream of the Corinne Reed trial. They're talking about a live streamer saying, he's a dick, he's a kick. My parents watch the live stream and shit, and I'll tune in. I can't listen to the guy just freaking talk, you know, because he's just spouting a ton of shit, you know? And then it's like, ... Yes. Live stream quickly cuts out. Some think they were talking about Dr. Turtle Boy. What say you? Talk about an awkward hot mic. The funniest part is that whoever they're talking about, they seem not to be a fan, but still tune into his show. Yeah, how dare they say that about me? They don't like my Jensen coverage. Plus, their parents watch him too. That's gotta burn like when I pee.
Yeah, so they said he's a dick, he's a K something K. My parents watch the live stream and shit, and I'll tune in. I can't listen to the guy just fucking talk, you know, because he's just spouting a ton of shit, you know, and then it's like this, and then the live stream quickly cuts out. I wonder who he's talking about. They must be talking about an attorney.
No, they say live stream though, so I think
it's a live stream. Well, I mean, attorneys do live streams. Good, David.
Yeah. Also, they're talking about David. Yeah, okay, he is a dick.
Oh, yeah, no, it might be it's Jeremy.
Yeah.
Goodness knows who. I mean, but hopefully it's nothing to do with the Karen Reed trial.
Yeah.
I think they were talking about the prosecutor. You wouldn't think it'd be anything to do with the the trial, because these jurors, I mean, I don't know if it even was the jurors that were talking. It might not be. But yeah, the jurors are supposed to not know or be following anything to do with the trial, so you'd hope not. But yeah, I mean, it could be anybody really. But they seem to they're having a good old shitty chat about something that's supposedly not related to the trial, because they're not supposed to be talking about anything related to the trial, right? So, and they're talking about a live stream, and they're talking about some dude who is that my parents watch. All right, well, there you go. You can all ponder that. You can all ponder who they might be talking about. But yeah, funny. The jurors wouldn't be talking by the camera, and the jurors aren't even supposed to talk at the viewing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're not supposed to talk.
Well, they just can't talk about the case.
They can't talk about the case. Yeah.
So that would kind of be in violation, I think.
Would be big time in violation.
Yeah.
Big time. Unless Becky Hill's there.
Yeah, then it's okay.
Yeah. And then everything's fine.
Yeah. Our sweet
everything's fine.
Bell.
Sweet Southern Belle. All right, we do this every Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I'm going to be, what I generally do is I take down the Twitter feed of this, and I put up a link to the YouTube one, so that anyone who wants to do a rewatch can come over to YouTube to watch it, because, you know, it helps the channel to get the YouTube views back. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Queen Olive. Thanks for coming around. Thank you, everyone who is new here today. And obviously, all our lovely members and all our regulars. Love you all. What'd you say, Ron? Yeah, she's making lunch in the house. 300K. You did pin my link to your chat. I know you did. Thank you so much for doing that. Everybody is wonderful. I have really enjoyed your company. Dali, what would you like to talk about?
David and I are going to be covering the Darrell Brooks 2.0 trial, the one of domestic assault. It's starting jury selection tomorrow. Probably isn't going to be televised, but I think David and I will be going at it's 1 p.m. It's 11 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. Eastern.
David's channel. And then you're over?
Yep. And then when I get home from work, I'll take over.
What time? What day is that starting? Do you know?
I don't know yet. Depends on jury selection. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, so everyone, make sure that you're subbed to. Do we have David's channel link, guys? He has a new channel. So MLS God of Law is David's new channel. Make sure that you're subbed to David's new channel. If we could have one of you got it? Yep. Make sure that you're subbed to MLS God of Law, because he will be running the first installation of the trials each day. What's up?
It's not letting me make a comment as you.
Oh, damn.
Damn it. I can't comment as you. That's BS.
It's great. So yeah, make sure you're subbed to MLS God of Law. He will be, Brooks does have an attorney this time.
I know.
Damn. Is there a link? Not to the actual stream yet, because the reason there's no a link to the actual stream yet is because we don't know exactly when it's going to start just yet. But just go sub to MLS God of Law, and also Dali. Make sure that you're subbed to Dali. I think you're probably subbed to Dali, but if you're not, make sure that you are. Hang on.
Post the link.
Post the link to Dali. So if you're subbed to both of those guys, you're subbed to date. Fantastic, P. Lawless Mum. Excellent. Just have a look out for in the next couple of days, and you'll see that trial popping up. Not sure if anyone else is covering it. So
I think everyone's covering Turtle Boy, so I thought it'd be good to.
Turtle Boy.
I was planning on not Turtle Boy, Karen Reed. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not
everybody's covering Karen Reed, so I thought it'd be good for anybody to have a.
You want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. I'll be streaming most nights 6:30 p.m. Eastern after these guys. So, not sure what exactly yet. whatever takes my fancy. Whatever takes my fancy. All right, guys, thank you so much. Oh, become a member and join our salacious, outrageous Discord community. Excited Utterance and Salvador Dali Turk. We have a Discord Turk. We have a Discord together. It's so much fun. And if you are a member of either of our channels, you have access to it. If you are already a member and you're not on our Discord, why not?
Yes.
This one says, why not?
Why
you get
not
all the
indeed?
pictures of him. All the pictures of him. And you get to share pictures for this one to make friends with.
Yes.
And you get to hang out in our chats, our voice chats and stuff. It's fun. So make sure that you click through to the link. And oops. That's about it. Oh, I have a song. Not the other song. I have an outro song. Ready? You ready for my outro song?
Her name was Ella. She was an RV. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Donnie and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803. To the attention, excited utterance. Her cat is staring through any notes. Listen, we are censoring.
Bye, guys.